Hello, shining spirit, and welcome back to the channel. We often hear that masturbation is a completely natural behavior, but to what degree? How many times a day can it be done before it crosses into addiction? What if you find it difficult to stop? Let's explore these inquiries and why it's crucial to reconsider this seemingly harmless act that may entrap your life. In this video, you'll learn about the scientific and philosophical impacts of this behavior, as well as what Stoicism can teach us about this particular vice. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you stay updated. Now, let's get started. Modern medicine clearly states that masturbation is entirely normal not just for humans, but also observed in dogs and various other mammals. However, this notion of normalcy surrounding masturbation wasn't always the case. Historically, it was viewed as immoral, especially for men, as the notion of wasted seed was believed to hinder reproduction. In women, there was a belief that masturbation could create a distance from men, as they could find pleasure on their own without assistance. Alongside this moral stigma, there were claims that masturbation could lead to various diseases, making it generally inadvisable. But let's shift our focus back to today. What do we really understand about masturbation, especially concerning men who struggle with insomnia? Research shows that it can promote sleep. The French Institute of Health and Medical Research found that the male brain suppresses sexual desire after orgasm. When a man reaches climax, the cerebral cortex responsible for conscious thought essentially takes a break. This not only diminishes the urge for further sexual activity, but also encourages sleep, which explains why many men doze off after intimate moments. So, what's the concern? What's the downside? Hidden within one of its benefits lies a potential trap. If you've been following this channel, you know what I mean. Masturbation triggers the release of dopamine in the brain. This hormone plays a key role in elevating our mood, providing a sense of calm, reducing stress, and offering a feeling of reward. This pleasurable experience can lead some individuals to develop an addiction. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders includes hypersexuality disorder, categorizing excessive masturbation as a form of obsessive-compulsive disorder or vice that can wreak havoc on mental health and familial relationships. In many cases, individuals lose control, becoming enslaved by their own impulses. They may seek relationships with prostitutes, engage in sex with multiple partners, and, as discussed in a previous video, excessively consume pornography. These behaviors emerge as outlets for a brain overwhelmed by dopamine in search of pleasure. Be aware, addiction to masturbation is rooted in the chemicals released in the brain. As our brains become accustomed to these chemical surges, they feel compelled to constantly chase the triggers that produce such stimulation. Your brain will start craving more and more dopamine to replicate the pleasure felt during the first experience, making you continuously seek out ways to masturbate again. This can escalate to a point where your brain recognizes the excessive dopamine release and begins to block receptors in an effort to curb your urges. Consequently, the individual engages in the pleasurable act of masturbation but feels little to no satisfaction, leading to greater frustration than before. This cycle mirrors the behavior of a chain smoker, someone who binge eats chocolate, or an alcoholic trapped in their habits. At this stage, you might be questioning what Stoicism has to do with all this. The Stoics Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epicurus, masters of self-control and wisdom, explored the concepts of pleasure and desire from a distinctive angle. Drawing from the insights of Epicurus, to the profound reflections of Seneca, they delved into the complexities of human passions, creating a legacy that continues to inspire us today. For the Stoics, masturbation represented more than mere carnal indulgence. It was an opportunity to examine the limits of both body and mind. They regarded it as an exercise in self-awareness and a pathway to genuine freedom. In their philosophy, mastery over earthly desires and pleasures was a noble pursuit that uplifted the human spirit. Epicurus stated that it is not the pursuit of pleasure, but self-restraint that distinguishes a virtuous individual. Within this framework, the capacity to savor pleasure while also managing and understanding it marks the difference between those who achieve a higher level of self-awareness and those who become slaves to their impulses. As Seneca emphasizes, Stoic contemplation of masturbation isn't solely about repression. It involves deep understanding and self-mastery. This understanding translates to guiding our emotions toward a path of conscious self-exploration. It lies not merely in fleeting satisfaction, but in comprehending, accepting, and embracing our most profound inclinations. From a Stoic viewpoint, every action bears consequences, not just for ourselves but for the natural order of the universe. When we give in to our most intense desires, as with unrestrained masturbation, we risk losing that harmonious connection with nature that the Stoics cherished. We become captives of our desires, drifting away from true inner peace. Compulsive masturbation can stir an emotional tempest within us, where guilt, shame, and dissatisfaction become our constant companions. The Stoics advocate for the regulation of intense emotions through introspection and self-control. By consciously confronting our emotions, we learn to handle them in a healthy and constructive manner. The Stoics also urge us to seek inner peace within ourselves. True fulfillment lies in self-mastery and finding joy in simplicity and virtue. Let me share an inspiring personal story. I know someone who battled with compulsive masturbation, searching for brief moments of pleasure, but ultimately facing emotional turmoil after each episode. By immersing themselves in Stoic teachings and practicing self-regulation, this individual experienced a profound transformation. They learned to confront their desires and emotions mindfully, discovering genuine happiness in self-discipline. Now they lead a life filled with inner peace and authenticity, liberated from the chains of transient desires. True contentment arises from living in alignment with our deepest principles and values. When we surrender to fleeting cravings, we often lose sight of what genuinely matters in life. Compulsive masturbation can pull us away from our highest aspirations, steering us away from the authentic happiness found in virtue and tranquility. Engaging in meditation and mindfulness can foster the mental clarity needed to resist temptations and face our emotions constructively. This compulsion can obstruct mental serenity, dragging us into a cycle of regret and steering us away from the calm found in self-control and moderation. So, my friend, what are you doing with your life? Do you truly believe that sitting at home watching those videos and seeking pleasure will make you confident or successful? And do you think that after squandering your time and energy on such distractions, you'll attract women, or, if you're a woman, that you'll attract men? Absolutely not. So think wisely. I want you to comment below. I am a powerful person. I have control over my mind. I choose what motivates me. I choose what improves me. What strategies have you found most effective in gaining control over your impulses and achieving a sense of balance in your life? Thank you for being with me. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe for more insightful content. Until next time, take care.